Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, my name is Jared Sambekov, and for my qualitative research methods class, I'm asked to conduct an interview. The purpose of this interview is to review personal experience of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan's tension on territorial question in Amangaldil village. First, I will provide a consent form where you will know details about confidentiality and no other questions. Okay. First, Bazar, you're invited to participate in a research study entitled Borderline Tensions Between Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan in Amangaldil village. First, this interview will take around 40 minutes to complete. All the information for this study will be taken from the interview. There are no legal or financial risks. However, you might feel emotional when discussing this experience of relocation. If you feel uncomfortable or want to skip a question, please let me know.
Okay.
Benefits. There are no direct benefits from for participation in this study. There are possible benefits for Nazarbayev community. This topic will cover some problems of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan relations. In addition, it can be helpful for the interview participant to understand the situation in the formal study.
Okay.
Compensation or tangible compensation will be given. A copy of the research results will be available at the conclusion of the study. If you wish to get a copy, I will present my findings in the form of the writing assignment.
All right.
Okay. Any information that is obtained during this study and during this interview will be kept confidential to the full extent possible. All efforts within reason will be made to keep your personal information in the research record confidential, but total confidentiality cannot be guaranteed. The audio tape and the transcript will be kept on my personal computer and protected password.
Okay.
Participation in the study is strictly voluntary, and if the agreement of participation is given, it can be withdrawn at any time without prejudice. So you can withdraw this interview anytime.
Like anytime?
Like anytime.
All right.
If you have any questions or comments regarding this project or research, you can contact me on my email that it's written on consent form. Also, there is my personal phone number. Some concern. If you have some concerns or comments, you can contact my thesis supervisor, Sofian.
Okay.
Okay. Now I have 2 copies of the consent form.
Mm-hmm.
I will ask you to sign both of them, and one will be delivered to you, and one will be kept for me.
Okay, just a second. I have to read.
Okay.
All right. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bala. Okay, let's start. As I know, he was born in Amangaldil village. Let's start with general information, and let's talk a bit about your biography.
I was born there. So actually, it is actually the villages in Uzbekistan, but there are no Uzbeks, or I don't know. I went to, for example, Kazakh school, where we studied Kazakh language, Kazakh history, and other stuff. Our Kazakhstan's anthem, everything. We didn't have any. Actually, I didn't have any direct interaction with Uzbeks. It was like ethnic Kazakh village.
Mm-hmm.
The place was on the near the border, so what I remember, let's say, doing in village is studying and living in the village that is in Uzbekistan, but most of our relatives lived in Kazakhstan. It's let's say neighboring city, and we used to travel there on every hour vacations, and what else?
I guess it's enough for the general information.
Mhm.
And I want to clarify a few things. Most of the inhabitants of this village were the citizens of Uzbekistan, right?
Actually, I'm not sure about that. I
Mm.
don't know, because there were some Kazakhstani citizens. I mean, you don't know who's citizen, because if they don't work for Uzbekistan, perhaps they are like Kazakhstani citizens. They
Mhm.
must be working somewhere. Well, my family, we were Uzbekistani citizens because my father worked for the, I'd say, he had like military service. Also, my mother was a school teacher. School was also in our village, so that's like. So we were Uzbekistani citizens, and as for others, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's talk more detailedly about the tensions and about the main events that happened 8 years ago on the territory of Amangildu village. Can you tell us a brief description what exactly happened?
First of all, I don't remember when exactly it happened, perhaps somewhere in 2010. So actually, it was always spoken about that that there will be like, we will have certainty someday. We didn't know like would there be any changes, like maybe we would belong to Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan further, and people said like it's gonna end, so we will be left on the one or the other side. And then as these rumors, let's say, they were not like factual information, as rumors were spread, people started to move away. That was strange, actually. First of all, those Kazakhstani citizens moved away, and then as there were fewer and fewer people, school was gonna close down, actually. That's when my parents sent me to the neighboring city to study. That was perhaps 2010. So that year I didn't visit the village much. Only, I don't know, 3 or 4 times a year that year, because it was like very, very problematic. When I was going to enter my village, there was a like physical border, like that never existed before. And my parents wouldn't tell me much about the tensions. Actually, I don't know, but that was very scary to see the soldiers with their guns. And what else? That was very problematic for me and scary. I mean, to go through the 2 borders where you have to walk on your own between the two physical borders, which are guarded by soldiers. And then